Have you ever caught yourself saying, "I'm sorry," without really meaning it? Or for something that absolutely didn't warrant an apology? Maybe you said it for taking a moment longer to get up from a chair, or for asking someone to repeat themselves, or even just for wanting a quiet evening at home instead of a bustling family gathering. It's almost as if we've been conditioned over the years to apologize for simply existing, for taking up space, for having needs, or for being exactly who we are. Especially as we get a little older, this habit, this constant subtle act of diminishing ourselves with unnecessary apologies, can weigh heavily on our spirits. It can make us feel as though we're a burden, when in reality, we have so much to offer and so much life to live. On our own terms, it's a painful reality that many of us, particularly in our golden years, carry this invisible weight of unwarranted guilt. But what if I told you there are 7 common things that many older adults apologize for, that you should absolutely, unequivocally, stop apologizing for? Starting today. This isn't just about feeling better in the moment. It's about reclaiming your peace, your dignity, and your joy. In this video, we're going to explore these 7 things, delve into why we say sorry, and discover how liberating it can be to simply stop. So, make sure you stay with me until the very end, because I promise there's something waiting for you that will truly surprise you. A realization that could shift your entire perspective. So, let's dive right into the first thing you can stop apologizing for. And it's something many of us do without even thinking apologizing for your pace. Think about it. You're out for a walk, and perhaps you're not striding along as quickly as you once did. Maybe you're navigating a busy shopping aisle, and it takes you a moment longer to find what you're looking for, or to decide. Or perhaps you're simply moving around your own home, and you find yourself taking your time, perhaps a little slower than you used to. How often do we automatically utter, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm so slow," or, "Pardon me, I'm just taking my time"? This isn't a flaw, it's a natural part of life. Our bodies change, our priorities shift, and rushing isn't always, or even often, the best approach anymore. When you apologize for your natural pace, you're essentially apologizing for living in your own body, for respecting your energy levels, and for the wisdom that comes with knowing when to slow down. The truth is, the world moves at an incredibly frantic speed these days, and perhaps it's not you who's too slow, but the world that's too fast. Your steady pace can actually be a quiet act of defiance, a way of grounding yourself and appreciating the journey rather than just the destination. It allows you to notice the little things, to be more present, and to move with intention. So, the next time you find yourself naturally taking your time, whether it's walking, getting dressed, or even just formulating a thought before you speak, simply own it. There's no need to preface it with an apology. A polite, "Excuse me," if you truly need to navigate a crowded space, is perfectly fine. But never apologize for your intrinsic rhythm. Embrace your pace as a testament to your mindful existence. It's a reflection of a life well lived, where haste no longer dictates your every move. It's a privilege, really, to be able to choose your own speed. Don't let anyone, including yourself, make you feel otherwise. Moving on from our natural rhythm, the second thing you can absolutely stop apologizing for is not being up to date with every single new trend or piece of technology. How many times have you heard yourself say, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm just not very good with computers," or, "Pardon me, I don't really understand all these new apps"? It's as if there's an unspoken expectation that we must be fluent in every digital language, every fleeting fashion, or every popular cultural reference that springs up overnight. But let's be honest, the pace of innovation and trends is dizzying. Even for young people, it's simply impossible, and frankly, unnecessary, to keep up with absolutely everything. Your value, your wisdom, And your contributions to the world are not measured by your ability to master the latest smartphone or understand every TikTok dance. Your life experience, your historical perspective, your resilience, and your personal stories are far more valuable than knowing what the newest gadget does. When you apologize for not being digitally native or for not following the latest craze, you're implicitly suggesting that your knowledge base is somehow inferior, when in fact, it's just different. It's richer in other, perhaps more profound, ways. Instead of apologizing, consider it a strength. You have a deep well of knowledge that isn't found in a search engine. You've lived through eras, witnessed changes, and embody a living history that current trends can only dream of hinting at. If you genuinely want to learn something new, that's wonderful and empowering. But do it for yourself, not out of a sense of obligation or to avoid an apology. And if you don't, that's perfectly fine too. Your life is filled with rich, meaningful experiences that don't require the latest software update. Be proud of the knowledge and wisdom you possess, and never apologize for the unique tapestry of your life. And this brings us seamlessly to the third point, which often goes hand in hand with the first two. Stop apologizing for prioritizing your comfort and needs. As we navigate through life, particularly as we age, our bodies and minds often require a different kind of care and attention. This might mean choosing comfort over fashion, opting for a quiet evening instead of a noisy gathering, or needing a specific type of chair or pillow to feel at ease. Yet, how frequently do we hear or say ourselves, "I'm so sorry, I can't stay out late anymore," or, "Pardon me, but I really need to sit down for a bit." We apologize as if having basic human needs, or simply prioritizing our own well-being, is an inconvenience to others. This couldn't be further from the truth. Prioritizing your comfort and needs isn't selfish. It's a profound act of self-respect and self-preservation. It demonstrates a deep understanding of what keeps you healthy, happy, and able to engage with the world in a meaningful way. If you push yourself beyond your limits, if you constantly disregard your own comfort, you risk burnout, exhaustion, and even illness. You wouldn't apologize for needing to breathe, would you? Your need for comfort, rest, and specific accommodations is just as fundamental. When you apologize for these things, you're sending a signal that your well-being is secondary, and that your own needs are less important than someone else's preferences. Instead, reframe it. Confidently state what you need. "I'm heading home now to get some rest," or "I'd love to join, but I need to ensure I get enough sleep." These are not apologies. They are clear, respectful statements of your boundaries and your self-care. True friends and loved ones will understand and respect your choices. And if they don't, then perhaps their understanding needs adjusting. Not your needs, your comfort, your rest, your well-being. These are non-negotiable foundations for a joyful life. Protect them fiercely, and never, ever apologize for them. Now that we've talked about embracing your pace, not feeling pressured by every new trend, and prioritizing your own comfort, let's move on to the fourth thing you should absolutely stop apologizing for: sharing your wisdom or experiences. Many older adults have a lifetime of stories, lessons learned, and profound insights. You've lived through historical moments, navigated personal challenges, witnessed societal shifts, and accumulated a treasure trove of practical knowledge. Yet, how often do we see or hear people preface their contributions with, "Oh, I'm sorry if this is irrelevant," or "Pardon me for rambling, but back in my day." It's as if there's a subtle fear of being perceived as old-fashioned, out of touch, or simply verbose. But your experiences are precisely what make you unique and valuable. That lived wisdom is something that cannot be learned from a textbook or an online search. It must be gained through the messy, beautiful process of living. When you apologize for sharing your insights, you're apologizing for the very richness of your life. You're diminishing the profound value that your perspective brings to a conversation, a family discussion, or even a casual chat. Think of all the knowledge that could be lost if you don't share it. Your stories can provide context, offer guidance, spark empathy, and connect generations in a way nothing else can. So, instead of an apology, simply offer your contribution with confidence. I remember a time when, or in my experience, I found that these are not just anecdotes, they are gifts of perspective. There's a difference between dominating a conversation and offering a thoughtful, relevant insight. Your experiences are a wellspring of wisdom that can enrich the lives of those around you. Embrace your role as a keeper of history and a fount of knowledge. Never apologize for the incredible journey you've had, or for the valuable lessons it has taught you. Your past is not something to be apologetic for. It's a source of strength, perspective, and genuine insight for others, and for yourself. It's a part of the beautiful tapestry that makes you, you, following on from sharing your wisdom. Let's consider the fifth thing you should stop apologizing for: saying no to things you genuinely don't want to do. As we get older, there can be an unspoken expectation that we should be more available, more accommodating, or even more eager to fill our days with activities, often driven by the well-meaning intentions of others. Perhaps it's an invitation to an event you're not interested in, a request for help that stretches your limits, or an obligation that simply doesn't align with how you wish to spend your precious time. Yet, how often do we find ourselves saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I can't make it," even when we know perfectly well we just don't want to? We add layers of excuses, feign prior engagements, or invent reasons, all to soften the blow of a simple no, driven by a fear of disappointing others or being perceived as uncooperative. But saying no is not a personal affront to others. It is an affirmation of your own boundaries, your priorities, and your energy levels. It's an act of self-care. You have earned the right to decide how you spend your time and energy, and you don't need to justify these decisions to anyone. Your time is a finite and incredibly valuable resource. Each yes you give to something you don't truly want to do is a no to something you might truly value, whether that's rest, a personal hobby, or simply quiet contemplation. When you apologize for setting a boundary, you imply that your needs are less important than the desires of others. Instead of apologizing, practice polite, firm, and clear refusal. "Thank you for the invitation, but I won't be able to make it." Or, "I appreciate you thinking of me, but I need to decline." No explanations are necessary. You are not obligated to over-explain or justify your choices. This isn't about being unhelpful or isolated. It's about making conscious decisions that honor your well-being. It's about recognizing that you have earned the right to live your life on your terms, choosing what brings you joy and peace, and politely declining what doesn't. Your autonomy is a precious gift. Cherish it, protect it, and never apologize for exercising it. Now, let's turn our attention to the sixth powerful thing you should stop apologizing for: your physical appearance or the natural process of aging. This is a big one, because societal pressures can be immense. We live in a world that often celebrates youth and places unrealistic ideals on how people should look at every age. You might find yourself apologizing for wrinkles, for gray hair, for a body that doesn't move with the same ease it once did, or even for needing reading glasses. "I'm so sorry, I must look a mess." Or, "Pardon my wrinkles, they just keep appearing," are phrases we've all heard or perhaps even uttered. But these are marks of a life lived, a story etched into your very being. Each line on your face tells of laughter, tears, worry, and joy. Each silver strand speaks of time and experience. Your changing body is a testament to resilience, to adapting, to carrying you through decades of experiences. To apologize for these natural signs of aging is to apologize for the very journey of your life. It's to internalize the ridiculous notion that aging is something to be ashamed of, rather than a privilege denied to many. There is immense beauty in the wisdom and character that aging brings. Your appearance reflects a life that has been lived, not hidden away. When you apologize for your appearance, you are unknowingly diminishing your own worth and contributing to a culture that devalues the invaluable experience of older individuals. Instead, look in the mirror and acknowledge the magnificent person looking back. These marks aren't imperfections. They are badges of honor. They are proof of resilience, of love, of challenges overcome, and of joy experienced. You don't owe anyone a youthful facade. You owe it to yourself to embrace your authentic self, exactly as you are. At this very moment, your worth is not tied to a number on a scale or the absence of a wrinkle. Your worth is inherent, profound, and immeasurable. So stand tall, look people in the eye, and never, ever apologize for the beautiful, evolving masterpiece that is you. Your face, your hands, your entire being are living testaments to the incredible journey you've embarked upon. Every line, every mark, every change is a brushstroke in the unique masterpiece that is your life. And finally, the seventh thing, a truly crucial one that often weighs heavily on independent spirits: stop apologizing for needing help or asking for support. For many of us, especially as we've matured, there's been a strong emphasis on self-reliance, on being capable, on not wanting to be a burden. This deeply ingrained belief can make it incredibly difficult to reach out when we genuinely need a hand. Whether it's with a household chore, navigating a new technology, understanding a document, or simply needing a listening ear, we find ourselves saying, "I'm so sorry to bother you," or "Pardon me for asking, but could you possibly?" As if needing assistance is a sign of weakness or an imposition. But here's a powerful truth: asking for help is not a weakness. It is a profound display of strength, self-awareness, and humility. It shows that you understand your limits, respect your energy, and trust others enough to let them contribute. Humans are social beings. We are wired for connection and interdependence, just as you have offered help and support to countless people throughout your life. Your children, your friends, your community. Allowing others to help you is a gift to them. It gives them an opportunity to express their care, to feel useful, and to strengthen the bonds between you. When you apologize for needing help, you're denying others the joy of giving, and you're carrying a burden that you don't have to. You're also potentially putting yourself at risk by struggling alone when support is readily available. Think of it this way: if a loved one asked you for help, would you feel burdened, or would you feel valued and glad you could be there for them? Most likely, it's the latter. So, extend that same grace to yourself. Instead of an apology, approach it with a clear, direct request, coupled with appreciation. "Would you be able to help me with this?" Or, "I could really use your help with X, if you have a moment." A sincere thank you is always appropriate, but a preceding apology is entirely unnecessary. You are worthy of support, worthy of care, and worthy of allowing others to show up for you. Your well-being is not a burden. It is important, and accepting help is a healthy, human act. Never apologize for needing or accepting the support that makes life richer and more manageable. So, there you have it: 7 profound things you can stop apologizing for. Starting right now, let's quickly recap. Not to summarize, but to let these powerful notions truly sink in and resonate. We're talking about no longer saying sorry for your natural pace, for the unique rhythm of your life that deserves to be honored. We're letting go of apologies for not being immersed in every single fleeting trend or technological gadget, recognizing that your wisdom is far deeper than any momentary update. We're liberating ourselves from apologizing for prioritizing your own comfort and needs. understanding that self-care isn't selfish. It's essential. We're embracing the confidence to share your invaluable wisdom and experiences, realizing that your life story is a gift, not a burden. We're empowering ourselves to say no without guilt, setting healthy boundaries that protect your peace and energy. We're celebrating our authentic physical appearance and the beautiful, natural process of aging, recognizing that every line and change is a mark of a life well lived. And finally, we're bravely asking for and accepting help when needed, knowing that interdependence is a strength, not a weakness. Remember, each time you catch yourself on the verge of an unnecessary, "I'm sorry," take a breath. Ask yourself, am I truly at fault here? Or am I apologizing for simply being myself, for having needs, or for moving through life in a way that feels authentic to me? More often than not, you'll find it's the latter. This isn't about being rude or dismissive. It's about cultivating a profound respect for yourself and for the incredible journey you've undertaken. It's about standing in your power, owning your truth, and allowing yourself to be seen and valued for exactly who you are, without any caveats or diminishing words. This shift, this quiet revolution within yourself, isn't just for your benefit. When you stop apologizing for your authentic self, you also subtly give permission to others, especially younger generations, to do the same. You become a beacon of self-acceptance and confidence, demonstrating what it truly means to live a full, unburdened life at any age. That's the surprise I promised you at the beginning. The profound impact of your liberated self doesn't just improve your peace and happiness. It radiates outward, inspiring those around you to embrace their own authenticity. It's a ripple effect of empowerment, starting with you. Small changes in language can indeed make a world of difference to your health, your happiness, and your overall sense of self-worth. You have earned the right to live a life free from the burden of unnecessary apologies. Embrace your age, embrace your wisdom, and embrace the beautiful, unique individual you are. If any of these points resonated with you, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Which apology are you ready to let go of today? Sharing your thoughts helps us all feel more connected and understood. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more content designed to help you live your best life. Every single day, your support means the world to us and helps us reach more incredible people like you. Remember, live your best life at every age. You deserve it.